The INTJ personality type is regarded as a strategic thinker. Their capacity to anticipate issues and design excellent contingency plans that prevent tragedy and avert crisis is one of their talents. INTJs live predominantly in their introverted intuition's world, which causes their viewpoints to be highly imaginative in style. They think in images and patterns, and are frequently preoccupied with interpreting and evaluating meanings, pathways, and potential results. Along with their strengths, many INTJs may struggle with certain aspects of their personality. Being independent, maybe a little arrogant, and social outcasts are often associated with INTJs, but that isn't necessarily what can make their life more of a challenge. Along with being highly intelligent and seeing the deeper meaning of almost everything, there are aspects of an INTJ's personality that can creep up from time to time, making things a lot more challenging for them. Today I'm going to talk about the top 7 reasons INTJ life is hard. Now, every INTJ is different, so be sure to watch till the end of this video because I can almost guarantee you probably haven't thought of most of these being associated with the INTJ personality before. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get the latest videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting things off today is an INTJ can be stubborn. The INTJ personality is known for its tenacity, academic arrogance, and dismissive attitude. Although INTJs may have a good attitude towards criticism for the purpose of improving themselves and the systems they are a part of, they can occasionally forget to recognize their own shortcomings while focusing on those of others. At their healthiest, INTJs are unafraid of other people's recommendations and criticisms. They are either inclined to consider criticisms or simply dismiss them as invalid. However, INTJs may show a bit of resistance to criticism and an inability to accept fault at times. At their worst, INTJs may become know-it-alls and condescending elitists who harshly evaluate others and turn their nose up at practically everyone who doesn't live up to their unreasonable standards and expectations. When people misunderstand them, an INTJ may be convinced that it's due to the incompetence of others rather than their own fault. Being self-assured isn't a bad thing unless you completely close yourself off from any suggestions whatsoever. Needless to say, this can be a challenge in the daily life of an INTJ. Next up is INTJs can have poor bedside manner. When it comes to expressing criticism and ideas, the INTJ is known for being brutally honest and forthright. In most cases, INTJs see no purpose in sugarcoating the truth or mincing their words with flowery euphemisms that dilute their message's credibility. They make a concerted attempt to express their ideas precisely and clearly, yet they frequently fail to consider how their words may be perceived by others. Along with that, an INTJ's style of communication may lack warmth and be overly formal. An INTJ's third function, introverted feeling, may be part of what drives them to speak with such shameless sincerity. At the same time, an INTJ typically has a dark sense of humor and may be regarded as situationally inappropriate at times. INTJs can easily upset people with their insensitive words and harsh criticisms, even if it's not their purpose. They are only telling the truth as they perceive it, but this can obviously rub people the wrong way and make life a bit more harder for INTJs. Number 5 on today's list of why the INTJ life is hard is because INTJs can miss out on the moment. INTJs are known for their long-term thinking. They were shown to project themselves further into the future than any other MBTI type in studies. This focus on the future is linked to the INTJ's primary function, introverted intuition, which contrasts sharply with the spontaneous, in-the-moment manner of extroverted sensing. INFJ and INTJ personality types with deficient extroverted sensing have a love-hate relationship with the sensory world. They see pleasure as temporary and superficial, and when they participate in it, it is frequently in an exaggerated dramatic manner. INTJs tend to be shut-ins who only venture out when absolutely necessary, yet they secretly yearn for exhilarating experiences and to feel alive. They frequently bury themselves in their work, and their minds are preoccupied with complexity and pattern recognition. As a result, their heads are frequently clogged with anxieties and fears. INTJs sometimes become so caught up in their thoughts that they fail to stop and smell the roses and enjoy life's simple pleasures. Next up, in number 4 today, is an INTJ's nonconformity. INTJs are highly independent thinkers who will generally do what seems right to them regardless of society or societal standards. INTJs, like INFJs, are among the rarest types and may seem out of place or weird in comparison to others. They are also unimpressed by titles of authority and might become belligerent when an authority figure is viewed as attempting to compel or impose unreasonable demands on an INTJ. This can contribute to some of the INTJ's social and interpersonal problems, particularly at work. They have a tendency to isolate themselves in numerous ways, making it difficult for them to relate to others. Everyone needs social interaction, and an INTJ is no different. However, they won't sacrifice their morals or ideals and just settle for having just anyone in their life. Being picky isn't necessarily a bad thing, but a lot like missing the moment, an INTJ may miss out on some great friendships. At the end of the day, an INTJ is typically okay with that, but it can be a challenge in life. Make sure to hit that like button if you've gotten some value from this video so far. That signals YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Starting our top 3 reasons an INTJ life is hard is an INTJ often has romantic problems. INTJs may find it difficult to enter into committed partnerships, and many may prefer to live in a secluded and hermetic lifestyle for most of their lives. They constantly seek out like-minded people, which can be difficult to find. Many INTJs are best matched with other INTJs. Their approach to dating is a lot like a job interview in which they are an employer looking for a qualified candidate to fill the post of a romantic partner. They are more likely to examine a romantic prospect's long-term potential and are less likely to get serious with anyone who does not fulfill their practical requirement, regardless of how hot or gorgeous they are. INTJs can appear confident and intelligent, which is alluring, but they can also lack social grace and struggle to form emotional attachments and human connections. INTJs also have difficulty articulating their emotions, and some INTJs may scoff at the level of emotional intimacy that a partner may need from them. People who date an INTJ and other rational types frequently complain about their emotional detachment and coldness. In the runner-up spot is an INTJ can get caught up in the details. INTJs typically do not focus on specifics and prefer to focus on a broader view, albeit one that revolves around a primary goal or objective. They rely heavily on hunches and intuitive impulses to guide them. When under stress, INTJs might become so engrossed in granular aspects that they fail to see the forest for the trees. While hyper-focusing on a specific problem, they may lose sight of the larger picture. INTJs often lose sleep over chronic worries and problems, particularly those involving money. Under these circumstances, INTJs may experience tremendous anger and irritation, putting a strain on their relationships with others. In the grip of their inferior extroverted sensing, INTJs might occasionally go overboard with exterior sensory activities such as cleaning, eating, and exercising. Things that INTJs normally regard as unwelcome distractions that prohibit them from accomplishing their lofty goals and vital work. Topping our list, and the number 1 reason an INTJ life is hard is because of an INTJ's disillusionment. According to research, INTJs are among the personality types most likely to suffer from some sort of depression. They are, ironically, the sort who express the least stress about school, caring for aging parents, balancing home and work, health, and childcare. However, they do report high levels of stress in their jobs, romantic relationships, and finances. INTJs can sometimes lead themselves down a road that does not turn out to be what they expected. As I've mentioned, they can get caught up in the allure of the lesser extroverted sensing and all its trappings from time to time. INTJs may construct a vision in their minds of what success and the ideal life entails that is essentially superficial and unrealistic. As a result, INTJs may become overly focused on material gains as a source of validation, rather than cultivating greater self-awareness. If they are unable to achieve this unrealistic vision, they may become resentful as well as feel ashamed and disappointed. Failure to meet their objectives can have a serious negative influence on the INTJ's self-image. Even though most INTJs love their life and wouldn't change it for anything, these things can creep in from time to time and make it challenging in their day-to-day lives. What are your thoughts on these reasons the INTJ life can be hard? Make sure to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. You've got this, now go get it done. Grab yourself some more INTJ brain food and click on one of the videos on your screen right now.